Hey, babies. What's up, my darling MVPs, and how you all doing? Welcome back to Sail with Mimiciously Mimi, where you get the gist. I see they do waiting. I see they heart. Of course, you know there is no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze, you do what? You lose. Are you yet to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat, long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist? I see the heart. Guys, it is getting real because yo. So, yesterday, this housemate had their first ever tax sponsored tax from Tiger Food, you know. And you guys know this is their first ever since the season of No Lose Guard started. This is their first tax ever. You know, that is sponsored tax, guys, in quotes. So the housemates were actually divided into teams, right? We have the team Tomato Stew, which has the Wani and Handy pair, which have the Aces and the Zinwe. We have the team Time, which had the Nelita pair, the Shatoria, and the Double K. We have the team Curry Masala, which had the Radicals, Flourish, and Strees. We have the team Mayonnaise, which have the Beta pair, Checkers, and Mbadiwe twins. The kitchen assistants are the head of house, Ndine pair. Guys, do you know that this particular tax stirred a whole lot of drama? Right, so the drama, I'm gonna be taking it bit by bit. Some was actually like the one that actually got me so surprising was the one from the Ndine pair. Okay, but let's kickstart it. First off, after they were divided into teams here, the head of house Nne, from the Ndine pair, was trying to reshuffle the pair so as to make things be equal, trying to take some pair already after they've shared the pair, trying to take some pair to put on the other, you get, so as to make it balance. So while she was trying to do this, as she was trying to reshuffle the pairs after they've gotten their different, their different team and the team they are going to be working with, guys, Ruthie, Nne came to meet Ruthie and was telling Ruthie that she's going to be adding her to Nelita team. That is the team where Nelly is. And you guys know Ruthie and Nelly are actually not, it's actually shaky. Most especially from Ruthie's end, because Ruthie has been the one talking more about Nelly. Whilst Nne was trying to, tell Ruthie, see, you're going to join this Star Peeps, Ruthie was actually in strong disagreement that she's not going to join Nelly's team because that two of them are chefs, that nobody will be able to shine, who would not allow each other to shine. It's better they take one of them and put their other teams that do not have people that can cook. So they should actually reshuffle it in a way that they would put her in a team whereby she'll be representing as a chef, while Nelly will be in a team where she'll be representing as a chef. While the argument was going on back and forth, Big Brother has to intrude. Was like, this is Big Brother. Ruthie, housemate, listen to the head of house. Ruthie was still arguing, and then Big Brother also said again, Ruthie, did Big Brother stutter before she could listen? But after every shot, the housemate was in their pair, But before we talk about how they deliver the tax and whatnot, the pair also has a disagreement. That is the head of house. More ladies, you see, ladies, we saw them by the way twin as head of house. We did not see any of them coming to say, oh, you are overshadowing me. Oh, let me speak. Oh, why did you do this one? No ways. Why am I saying this? It was so surprising to hear and to see as Chini of the Ndine pair started drama. Like, guys, she started off drama. She called Nne and told Nne that she's doing overly too much, that Nne is not inclusive, that Nne is doing everything as if she's the only head of house, that Nne is not including her in making decisions. Nick should at least tell her, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I know that, yes, you went to school, you graduated with first class. I also went to school too. So do not think guys, I'm like, hey, wahala be like bicycle indeed though. Yes, I've always said thing that being in a relationship there is bound to be quarrels, right? But there are some things you shouldn't even say that is making it look off like it's jealousy. Anyways, the long and short of all of this is that auntie of Nine, that is Chini, is trying to tell her niece that she is not inclusive and she's not putting her in while she was making decision when the task was going on, that she's making off orders of her own. That she's not going to even impute herself anymore, that she should do whatever she want to do. They said she's sorry, but that was not it, that she was also asking her. But she said, no, you were doing things in your own accord. You were not even taking me in. Look at them by the way twins. They were head of house. They were doing things together. Yada, 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 yada. I'm like, okay. And then they are forgetting that them by the way twins, they were doing things together. But one was even also doing more than the other. But you will not see anyone come and say, oh, this one, that one. No ways. So I was so surprised seeing this one coming off from Chini. It's coming off as the way she actually handled this. There's a difference between calling to tell your niece that, oh, see. But you coming to cite some exciting example of her going to school, that you went to school things too. That all those ones no jig now. Come on. Like, all of that conversation to me was quite unnecessary. As usual, I would love to hear what you guys think about this one, but to me, jig one bit. Still in the course of that task, Mickey actually changed it though. Mickey was talking to Zion, was telling Zion that, oh, still about being inclusive in all of what they're doing. He said, in his team, there they have the Shatoria, they have the Wani X Handy, So he said that they said, what's the name? That this person is gonna represent them. That is Sean. And they made that decision in his absence. That how is that even possible? That is it not a letdown to him? That how are they gonna decide on whom that would represent, when he was not there? Imagine them deciding for the team and making it look like worse it's going to end from their own end, that he is not going to take this one. Guys, the boy, they para. Yo, he said, as you see me, my head no correct, so I no get sense. That he's going to change it for everyone, that they should forget that he has been keeping his cool, that it is too much for Wani and Handy. How would they choose Sean? That is it because of Sean is speaking English, or is it because he's doing Americana and all of that? That he's not going to take all of this. They are saying Sean is more athletic. That what do they mean by that word? Guys, hey, Wani X Handy are Zion's people. So Zion is trying to be, like, how will I put it, moderate with his advice. Because why I said moderate with his advice, because if it was not for Wani and Handy, I think Zion would have said something else if it was someone else. Yes, Zion is like that. I have noticed that. Do not worry, you will get to know why I said that, and it will be on my next video. So Zion was like telling him that he should be making no reason. Don't reason it, bro. It's because of people were already there. So I don't think they did it because of you were not there. It's coming from a place of disrespect, that he doesn't think so, right? So after they spoke about it, the boy just para a lot. Like, he said a whole lot of things. He said a whole lot of things on how Wani and Handy is trying to influence things, blah, 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 which afterwards, that was the drama that actually happened with. There's just this one tax that, hey, wahala. So guys, presenting their food. Though before I talk about the food representation, I want to tell you guys they started calling Mickey Mouse. As you can see, this one says Mickey Mouse rest to you the warrior Mickey Mouse when he the para. That's what they were calling him. So finally, in presentation of the food, Anita presented for her team, which was Team Time. She did her presentation very well. Like, she was outspoken. She gave points as required, spoke about the spices, and then Chinwe represented her own team. which was Team Tomato Stew. I really did not feel her presentation anyways. And then what's the name? OC represented his own team, Team Mayonnaise. OC did justice to that. One thing I have noticed about this Mbadiwe twins, right? I think aside from people seeing them being manipulative, being strategic, being sly, being this, being that, their own observation, I think they are quite vocal, they are intelligent, they are equal to the tax. That's what I'm trying to say. When it comes to tax, they take it so, personal and whatnot. So I have noticed that about them. So they are not just in the house to act like, oh, they are the oldest according to how people see them. But at the same time, they are also ready to do whatever it has to do to that they put in their all in their task. Yes. So this is me trying to say that OC represented well with his tags. Everything was on point, in check. And then Ruthie represented for the team, Corey Masala. At least finally she was able to shine. She was the chef in their team. Nothing as such happened anymore. The reshuffling. So she did her presentation. But guys, after all the presentation, Biggie addressed the housemates, and guess what? Team Mayonnaise won this one. Yes, Team Mayonnaise, where we have the Mbadiwe twin, we have the checkers, we have the better pairs. So they won on this one. So they have actually won. I think they said the prize money for this particular task was 7.5 M. I'm like, ha. For real, we don't want to hear story because this money is quite huge. So the Mbadiwe twins were super duper happy. I remember Ben was literally making the housemate laugh, during the task because he was like, oh, none of us, we don't really know anything to know how to do anything, no, don't reshuffle us. They were just having fun with it, you get. So Anita was also given an accolade by Biggie. Biggie said, oh, it was even Anita and this guy, OC, that was giving. Biggie gave accolade on how they presented their tags, on how they did well and whatnot. But Biggie, after I finished giving them the hyping, he said it will only have one winner. So he has actually kept the Anita group standing, thinking that, oh God, who is going to win amongst these two? And yes, we had the Mbadiwe twins winning this one. So yes, congratulations to the Mbadiwe checkers and the better pair for winning this round. Guys, that was how the tags happened yesterday. Thank you so much for sailing this one with me. Meanwhile, you tell me what you think about all the drama that surrounded this particular tax. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.